Hi there folks, welcome back to the IB&Under Fishing channel. I hope you're doing really well. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subs button. That way you'll be kept in touch with all the vlogs, all the reviews, all the live streams and all the other stuff that IB and I get up to if you're a current subscriber. Thank you very much for joining us again. It's a beautiful morning. I've actually snuck out to a super local venue just for a couple of hours to see if I can winkle out a couple of grayling on the fly. So I want to make very clear this is a very local venue. Literally we live at the top of the hill behind me. This is the bottom of the hill. It's about half a mile from our front door. I'm only going to be out for a couple of hours. It's a venue that actually I've only ever fished once before for about half an hour 3 years ago, and I've never caught a grayling out of here. I don't know what's going to happen. It's a tiny little stream. It's relatively urban in places, but I have heard there are a couple of grayling in here, so I'm going to give it a go. I've bought out one rod. I've got a 10-foot 2 weight that I've rigged up with our nymphing in a box pack, nice and shallow because it's only a small stream. And basically the only flies I've got are from our coloured water grayling pack. I think that's all we'll need today. They're the patterns I trust in this kind of water, so I'm going to give it a go. It's not quite as clear as I'd hoped. We are in the middle of some of the worst flooding that Derbyshire has ever seen. This is the only place that's going to be half fishable. It's not quite as clear as I thought it would be, but it's going to do a thing for the time being. But I tell you what, it is chilly, so I'm going to crack on and see if I can find a few fish. Okie doke, so as I say, I know virtually nothing about the venue. I'm pretty much working off watercraft here. I've got my nymphing rig set to a depth of about 3 feet. It's not a deep stream, so it doesn't need to be set too deep. I reckon there's a foot of visibility in the stream. I've got a nice pool below me. I've got the red worm on the point. I've got the glister shrimp on the drop. I'm only fishing 2 flies, and we'll give this a go for a couple of minutes. This is good looking water. Come on, the grayling. Okay, that didn't get down. Nice seam on the inside. That definitely didn't get down. Already it looks like I'm not carrying enough weight there. That's a bit better. That was down and nearly hit the tree to my right with the strike. I need to be careful of that. Possibly either I need to get a little bit closer to the water or I need to get in. Or is trying to avoid wading on small waters like this. It just increases the risk of spooking the fish close to you. Oh, that's fish. There we go. within a few seconds of being here. That was the first one that really felt like it got down properly. Speaking of getting down, I think if I'm going to net this fish, I'm going to have to get down. What have we got? What have we got? Oh. Ooh. Let's just jump down to this edge. That's actually a brownie. So we'll get him in as quickly as possible and get him back. So he's taking the squirmy. Ah, nice brownie. Yeah, there we go. Righty. Let's get this guy back in the water. There we go. Pretty little wild brownie, back you go. Good stuff. Happy with that. Hopefully there'll be a couple of grayling around here as well. Right, so off the back of that, I'm going to have another couple of casts here. That's freaking cool. Obviously it'd be great to get grayling, that is what we're targeting. But happy to get a bite to start with. It's interesting, that was the first one that really felt like it got down properly. That one didn't get down either. So possibly putting a slightly heavier fly on the drop or something with a bead on. It's that glister. Oh, there's a fish. Maybe not, maybe that's fine. Oh, he's off. Oh, I'm in the tree as well. Don't mind that coming off. I'm pretty sure that was a trout. I think if we keep seeing trouty things here, we'll have a move. So with it having been cold, the likelihood is these grayling have shoaled up, so it might take me a little bit longer to find them, but if I can find them I should be able to catch a few. That's a lovely seam over there. Kind of place where you'd expect to find a couple of fish sheltering from that main drag. So as well as there being trout and a poundy grayling in there, I have also been told there are some perch, there are a couple of chub. So chance of a bit of a mixed bag today. To be honest, I'll take whatever comes. There are those sort of conditions. No, couple more casts here. I want to try and keep moving. I want to try and cover a little bit of water today. Have a good explore. So I haven't had to move much further upstream to find somewhere that looks quite fishy. While this area is bombing through, it's got a little change in depth, and oh, that was a fish. It's got a little change in depth and quite a big seam. So this looks pretty good to me. On small rivers like this, particularly when it comes to nymphing, I'm looking to find changes in depth. Any extra depth in these little streams generally will hold a fish for you. Unfortunately, they'll also be pretty snaggy. Good feeling I'm going to have to go and get that one. Let's try upstream slightly. There's going to be a fish in here somewhere for me. There's also going to be a snag for me. Snags absolutely everywhere. Like that. Finding a few snags, that's for sure. Nice seam on the inside, nice seam on the outside. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Okay, so I'm about half an hour in now, no more fish. In truth, I've probably spent more time unhooking the flies off the bottom than I have actually fishing. This place is snaggy, Thatcher. There are rocks and twigs and bits of rubbish absolutely everywhere. It's making it very, very difficult. I must admit, when I was rigging up for this one, I was within two minds whether to go for a indicator system with a buoyant indicator or with the French leader. I went with the Frenchie, but I have bought some pinch on indicators with me, so it may well be that at some point I switch over. Just with a buoyant indicator, you could just hold those flies off the bottom a little bit, whereas with the French leader, with the Euro nymphing style stuff, you're basically letting those guys get down deep, and it looks like it might not work here. I've come up to a really nice section, a little bit slower, perhaps a little bit deeper than the stuff I've been fishing so far, so I'm going to try this. I think this is probably the fishiest looking piece of water I've seen so far. Be very surprised if we didn't get some bites here. Found a nice straight here. It's probably the most graylingy looking piece of water I've found so far. So we'll give this a bit of a going over. Nice, straight, level flow. And there'd be an argument to say, well, if you're snagging up, maybe you're fishing too heavy on the point fly. I don't think I am. It's not like it's walloping down immediately, just there are so many bits and pieces sticking up out of the riverbed that eventually one's going to have your name on it. Righty, you can never rule out a bridge. Whatever it is you're fishing for, never rule out a bridge. Trout, chub, perch, grayling maybe. Nice, steady, even run this. This is about as slow a piece of water as I've found so far. Come on Andy, get it in the water. There we go. We'll give this a go. It looks quite deep actually. Still with the squirmy, the redworm and the orange bead hairs here. I think that's the right combo in these conditions. Oh, that's a snag. Oh, come on, give me a break. So I've switched banks for this next section. Put myself on the inside of the bend and this looks nice. There's gravel here. Proper pea gravel, the kind of gravel you'd expect to find grayling sat on, so we'll give this a good going over. I'm hoping with it being gravelly, it might be a bit less snaggy, because that is a real issue so far. I've spent more time getting out of snags and retying flies than I have actually fishing so far. Spoke too soon there, didn't I? Okay, I'm going to try this one again, but I'm going to fish it from the opposite side. So, when I got over there, oh wow, there's a deep hole. Whew. Geez, that just drops there. Good morning, that's woken me up a bit. When I got over to get that last fly out of the snag, it turned out that the snag was actually this really fine plastic mesh that seems to make up the bank of the river in this area, and there was no way it was coming out. In the process, I've lost my last squirmy as well, so I've had to switch flies. I've now got a red tag on the point, and I've stuck with that orange bead hairs here on the dropper, but I just think that by fishing from this bank, I might be able to avoid that plastic stuff. Although having said that, I've wanged that straight at this bank. The question now is whether this rig's going to be heavy enough to get down. I have got the super shrimps, and that will be worth a go, that's for sure. I've kind of decided that I'd rather fish this from a waded position, so I'm going to lower myself in, try and fish down underneath these trees on the far side, and then once I fish this piece, oh, it's a fish! Yes, it's a grayling! It's a grayling! It's a grayling! Oh my goodness! How am I going to net you? It's off! Ah, dang it! Still, maybe there's a couple over there. I was just about to say I'll fish this piece here through and then swap sides and work upstream. Oh, that was a snag, that wasn't a fish. God, that was definitely a great, looked a nice fish as well. Half pounder. Right, let's try this. Definitely prefer this bank. Let's get my casts right. There we go. Really thinking that as I go up, there might be a necessity for a slightly heavier point fly. This is bombing through here. I have brought with me some of my own squirmies, so possibly one of those might be in order. Let's just see what happens. So I've walked a couple of 100 yards away from that weir and found this bend which just provides a little bit more pace to the river. It looks absolutely perfect for it. Really would think there'd be a few fish in here. Let one swing a little bit. Nope. Down the inside. Oh, I'm surprised at this. Really surprised at this. Okay, so just giving this area one last go. Gonna double fly change now. Put both the flies with tags on, so there's a red tag on the point, pink tag on the dropper. I feel like there should be fish here, so I must be doing something wrong. There's a fish. There we go. Finally. Looks a good fish as well, whatever it is. What have we got? Gone downstream of me. It looked like a grayling when it is a grayling. Actually, it's a big fish. It's a real good one. Okay, I'm going to move downstream a little bit. I'm going to go out of the main camera, I'm afraid, but I want to get this one in the net because that's a real good one. Righty. Got a space up to my right to put the rod, so that's okay. Just drop myself in the water slightly. Oh yeah, lovely fish. Lovely fish on the red tag. Come on, in you come. That'll do. Yes, 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 yes. There we go, that's what we came for. Beauty. So it turns out it was worth sneaking out. He's gonna flap, I reckon. Ooh. That's why you do a little B-roll of the fish before you lift it for the camera. Let's catch another one quickly. Right, so nice to get that one in the net. Fished for about an hour now, 45 minutes to an hour. I'm probably going to do another 30 minutes or so. I don't want to take the mick. Obviously we're under certain lockdown restrictions at the moment, so I don't want to be out here all day. It'll be really nice though to catch one more fish, so I think a couple more pulls. I'm going to call it a day. Hopefully there's one left in here for me. I feel like I've fished well enough and fished hard enough that I should have had more than I have so far. Obviously conditions are against me, but there's still hope. Let's get in this next pool. Just walking into a nice long piece of water. I'm in quite a public area, so you'll probably see a few people walking past and hear a few different noises, but it looks fishy, so I'm going to give it a go. Flies seem to be getting down okay. Oh yeah, just like that. Just lift that indicator slightly higher to lead them over. Anything that's on the bottom? Oh, this feels fishy through here. This feels really fishy here. As we go up, we've got a bit of a bend and a pool. Looks quite gravelly up there. I'll say it's nice and gravelly underfoot. Oh, there we go. There's a fish. What have we got? Ah, grayling. Nice. nice, nice, nice. Just thought to myself, this is nice, this is gravel. There we go. We find a fish. Come on. Yeah, nicely done. Good stuff. He's taking the pink tag. Come on. Come on. There we go. Back he goes. This feels like really good habitat here.
Yeah, alright, Amber. I know, because it's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been a while.
That is 2 in 2 casts. Oh, sorry, I went a bit quiet there. That chap was having his chat. But that's 2 fish and 2 casts. That's another grayling as well. I recognise you guys probably can't see much because I moved the camera. I'm not going to try and move it back now. Nice fish. He's out the net. Probably got a little bit too much wound in there actually. Come on Andy, this time. There we go, now we're rocking. That's 2 in 2 casts. God, so much casting and exploring, and then all of a sudden you just find them. Oh, plump fish as well, it's a chunk. Lovely fish, real fat grayling. Awesome. Can I make it a hat trick? 3 in 3 casts would be pretty freaking epic, given how much I struggled for the previous hour. But we're going to give it a go. They're clearly here. Oh, that was a fish. 100% that was a fish. The indicator moved across the river. I must have just been a bit late on it. God, I'm expecting every single time now this indicator stops that it's a fish. It's so nice to get that confidence back after that difficult first hour. There's a fish. There we go. It looks like another grayling as well. God, got to thread this through the trees somehow. Come on, bud. Come on, that'll do. Yeah. We're on them, guys. We're on them. We found a few. There we go. Little bright as a button. Super lively. Let's get back up there. Give myself another 5 minutes here. I'm going to have to be really disciplined because the temptation is just to stay here all day. There we go. There we go. We found one. Gonna have to net it, but we found it. I'll walk down here with him. Nice grayling. In the net. There we go. Sweet. Oh, get that out of that tree. Get it out of that tree. Put it back in that tree. Get it out of that tree. There we go. Another grayling. He took the red tag that time. There we go. Off he goes. Right, one more fish. Give myself one more fish and then call it a day. This has been really fun. I've really enjoyed this. It'd be great to finish with one more. Just starting to work back downstream now. Back towards where I got in. No more particularly positive takes. It's gone pretty quiet. Often the problem with smaller waters is once you caught a couple of fish out of a pool, they kind of clock onto it and they go quiet. I haven't tried a fly change, I must admit. I've stuck with those 2 tags. I think possibly if I was a bit more on it, then maybe I'd have gone for a fly change once I was in amongst those fish. But I mean, this really is the last 5 minutes of the day, so I think rather than waste it tying knots, I'll just keep dropping these flies in and hopefully I can find one more. Just like that. Love it when a plan comes together. This one's stayed down a little bit. I've not seen it yet. Yeah, it's still down. Try and get him into this open space just here. There we go. Oh, taking a little bit of line. Yeah. This one's pulling back. It's not seen it yet. I don't know how big it is. Oh, it is a nice fish actually. Yeah, it'd be nice if we can land you to finish the day on. Yeah, that's freaking cool. That's a good one to end the day on. A nice fish. So since it's the last one of the day, even though it's not a monster, I'll try and just show you guys a fish. I think he's going to flap. There he is. The last one of the day. Back he goes. Let's go and rescue my net. Oh. I'll see you guys on the bank in a second. And that was that, folks. About an hour and a half's worth of fishing in the end there. I treated myself to a little bit of overtime once I found those fish, and I have really enjoyed that. Like I said at the start, this is a venue that, well, to start with, this particular stretch I have never fished before, and a river that I've only ever fished once before a long time ago for about 30 minutes and didn't do very well then. So to come down in pretty average conditions, I mean, to give you an idea, this is about 18 inches, 2 feet higher than usual, and it's only a tiny little slip of a river. Not great conditions, it's very, very cold, it's full of snow melts, full of road salt and stuff like that. I am really happy with that. In the end, it was a bit of a victory for just keep ploughing on, keep finding water, and when you're in a new venue, that's what you've got to do. Fish them fast, try and find the fish, try and find the right water. The reality is, I spent way too long today fishing the wrong water, fishing the wrong areas. I was trying to concentrate on the slacks and pockets and stuff like that, and actually what I needed to find the grayling was some gravel, and where I found gravel, I found grayling. I really wish I hadn't let that one slip out of my grasp without showing you, because it was a really nice fish, but again, that fish was sat on gravel. So, you know, always learning, always figuring out. It's stuff that I really ought to know better about, but hey, it's okay. We figured it out in the end. We caught a few fish. We got out for 90 minutes and did some fishing, and it feels really good. Guys, most of the kit that I've used today is available on the web shop. The You're a Nymphing in a box kit is pretty much what I'm using there in terms of terminal tackle, and then all the flies that I've used today are from our coloured water grayling pack. So if you're short on kit, if you're thinking about doing some nymphing, abangling.co.uk/shop, you'll find all that stuff there. You'll also find the new hats. I've christened my new hat. Guys, on that note, thank you very much for watching the vlog. Really appreciate it. If you've enjoyed it, give it a big fat thumbs up. If you know anyone else who might enjoy it, please give it a share. Let me know in the comment section what you think of the fishing, what they do right or wrong, and I will see you guys again very soon for some more fishing and stuff. Whew. Take care, folks. Bye bye.